Our next topic is going to be a first-order non-homogeneous equation that has a trig function on the right-hand side. So our first step, should be getting used to this by now, is to solve the homogeneous equation. And we've done this. If you need to check the first order homogeneous equation video, do that now. And our homogeneous solution was CE to the 3t. And so now we need to come up with our test solution for the non-homogeneous. So we would want it to be some similar form to this. So I can say a cosine 2t. But I notice that I'm going to have a problem here because when I take the derivative of the cosine, I'm going to get a sine in this term, and then I'm going to have a cosine in this term, and that's going to be equal to a cosine in the other term. So just a cosine isn't going to work. I need to actually include the sine function. And now we can put this back into our differential equation. And I can take the derivative of this first part, and remember that I need to use the chain rule. So I'm going to have constant A, derivative of the cosine is the minus sine, and in the chain rule the derivative of 2t is just 2. For this second term, I'm going to have b, derivative of sine is cosine, and the derivative of 2t is 2. This part is just distributive property multiplying negative 3 through each of the terms. Now let's simplify here, and so I'm going to have negative 2a sine 2t plus 2b cosine of 2t minus 3a cosine 2t minus 3b sine 2t equals 5 cosine 2t. And now let's group our sines and cosines together, and let's put the a constants at the beginning and the b constants after it. And so let's group our cosines. So I'm going to have minus 3a plus 2b cosine 2t, and then plus, well, let's see, for the sine I've got minus 2a minus 3b sine of 2t. And that's all equal to 5 cosine 2t. Well, I have a cosine on the left, I have a cosine on the right, but I have a sine on the left and no sine on the right. So let's change this just a little bit. Put a sine on the right hand side. I'm going to put 0 sine 2t. And now I have the sine on the left and sine on the right. And so the coefficient for the cosine must equal the coefficient of the cosine on the right hand side, and the coefficient on the sine on the left side for sine has to equal the coefficient for the sine on the right side. And so I have two equations and two unknowns. So now it's just a matter of solving these two equations. So let's just write them here. I have minus 3a plus 2b equals 5, and minus 2a minus 3b equals 0. The fastest way to solve these two equations is to multiply the first one by 3. So I'll have minus 9a plus 6b equals 5. And multiply the second equation by 2. And now I can add the two equations together, and I have minus 13a. The plus 6b and the minus 6b are going to cancel out, and oh, I just saw something. I forgot to put this 15. 5 times 3 is 15. Forgot to do that. So minus 13a is equal to 15. So a is equal to minus 15 thirteenths. And now I can solve for b, and I can use any one of these four equations to do it. I'm going to use this second equation, and I'm going to solve for b. So I'm going to have minus 2a is equal to 3b, and so b is going to equal negative 2/3 a, and negative 2/3 times 15. Oh, leave a little bit of room here for the negative sign. Negative 15 thirteenths. Well, I can take and I can cancel a 3 out, and so I'm going to have 10 thirteenths for my b constant. And now I can put my whole solution together. Y function of t is equal to my homogeneous solution plus my non-homogeneous solution, and that's going to be equal to ce to the 3t minus my A constant, 15, so it's minus 15/13, cosine 2t, plus 10/13 sine of 2t. This is the complete solution.